Bill was a very, very deep thinker, cared dearly about credit unions. All of his waking hours, I think he focused on how to make credit unions better.
He was so enthusiastic about everything involving the credit unions that you get caught up in that very quickly.
Bill was far more than just a colleague of credit unions. He was a friend that you could call anytime about anything.
Bill was a confidant. He was a mentor. I miss him terribly. We all do. He did great things for us when he was here.
He was a modern pioneer. He was taken too soon, just way too soon.
Sergeant Shriver spoke at his college graduation, and he was so moved by that he shortly after joined the Peace Corps and spent 7 years in Ecuador and Colombia, helping villagers create financial cooperatives, which is where his base came in working with credit unions in the United States. Bill was the advocate for the development education program. He came and said, this is what we're about. This is the philosophy of who we are as a credit union movement and as an association, and we need to keep this program because we need to make sure that future leaders really understand about development and really make sure that our credit unions are doing this development work and reaching out to new markets. And so he pretty much single-handedly saved the development education program, which is incredibly strong today.
When Bill left CUNA, I hired him to run the Operation Moonshot program, and he ran that for about 2 years. Did a great job with it, trained a number of leagues on how to organize credit unions, open up a number of doors into the Hispanic community, and very much did a wonderful job of putting us on the map with those communities.
I met Bill probably about 12 years ago. I volunteered to serve on the marketing committee, and at that time we were the U of C Federal Credit Union, and before we did our name change. Under his leadership, we doubled in size, we doubled our branches, and he is, I think, the prime example of someone that walks the talk, so to speak. He loved the credit union movement, and he was always looking for that one thing that would make it better for the member.
When he became CEO of Elevations and then had the opportunity to become chairman of the league and sit on various credit union boards and community boards, it was really an opportunity for him to shine. And he loved leading Elevations, he loved working with the association, he loved working with the community foundation serving Boulder County, working with nonprofits. He had a great time his last 8 years.
He was really somebody who led by example, and I think that's one of the things that lives on through the Elevations Credit Union staff, because they all give back to the community. They're all involved, and they really believe that if you help people individually, that it helps the community as a whole.
We had a director position that opened up, and so the board said, yeah, if I could get Bill, that they would absolutely want him to be a director too. We didn't even have to say anything. He says, the answer is yes, I will be happy to help you. That's just the kind of guy he was. I mean, he had a full plate. He was involved in so many other activities, but yet he was so willing to help us, and his leadership at Suncor was extremely valuable, adding to that strategic view of the world and helping us work through some very difficult issues.
Bill was present and was our chairman when we launched a number of very important initiatives. We unveiled a number of programs that were related for small credit unions, all designed to actually make credit unions grow and prosper. We wouldn't have gotten where we got in some of those programs without Bill's wisdom, his long background in credit unions, and his ability to help steer and guide us in that direction. So we were very fortunate to have him as our chairman during that rather key period of time in the association's history.
He was certainly the prolific leader that we needed, and someone that stepped up in Colorado when we really needed him. He was able to come forward and again bring us together, bring some unity amongst credit unions. Quite a leader, and all of us had an opportunity to think through things that truly made a difference in our organizations.
We're in our new headquarters, and one of the things we're going to do is dedicate our new training center to Bill Sterner, which is, I think, apropos, because Bill also was a lifetime learner. And there's not a better place for us to be doing education and training than in something called the Sterner Center.
He always managed to find time to do things for the credit union movement, and anything that he was involved with, any organization that he was involved with, he just gave his all.
The things that he did, the things that he brought to this movement are things that will always live with us.
What he did and contributed and the participation that he had will long outlive Bill and the rest of us, because it will be a part of the fabric of credit unions for many, many years to come.
He just set out to do what he thought was right, and it just turns out that a lot of what he wanted to do was absolutely right. It's unfortunate that a number of people will never know all of the things that he did that made a major difference.
He lives on through his children and his family, as well as all the things that he's done in the community.
If there was a message for his kids, it would be, I hope you understand how important your dad was to me and to the movement. He really was a special person. I hope they know that.
He was a great man. He was a wonderful father. He was a wonderful husband. The kids and I miss him terribly, but we also remember him very fondly and with a lot of laughter, which I think he would appreciate.
Ladies and gentlemen, for helping our credit union movement grow stronger for future generations, the National Credit Union Foundation honors Bill Sterner as the 2009 recipient of the Herb Wegner Memorial Award for Lifetime Achievement.